Good morning, lovelies. I am just going to come before you guys briefly today. As you can see, I am not in traffic, but this is still the Speak Out Car Chronicles. I just want to come briefly before you guys this morning, just to give you a brief word about releasing brokenness. A lot of things that you've been through has left you bound, has left you feeling broken, has left you feeling hopeless. But this too shall pass. And in this, God wants to provide a release for you, and pour out a blessing for you. But what has to happen first is you have to actually give it to Him. You have to give it to God. You have to really let it go, like lay it on the altar and say, God, I don't want to deal with this no more. Not my will, but your will. Not my way, but your way. And I know it sounds deep. I know it sounds like it's a little bit much or whatever, and it may sound cliche to you, but it works. When it comes to brokenness and hurt, you tend to see yourself a little bit different in your own eyes. Sorry. You when you look in the mirror, not in your own eyes, but you tend to see yourself a little different when you look in the mirror. You don't see who God's made you to be. You don't see the whole person that He created. All you see is hurt. All you see is pain. All you see is the fact that you're holding on to all this hurt, all this pain that you've been going through. But God wants to give you a blessing. He wants to relieve you from that. He wants to take that from you and put you in His secret place. He wants to hide you from all this stuff, all this hell that you've been through. God wants to take that from you. He wants to turn it into something else. He wants to turn it into a blessing to where you can be a test. Okay, I don't know what's going on. I'm sitting outside my job. Maybe they're interrupting my signal. I don't know. But basically, morning, Kimmy. So God wants to take that from hurting. Let me look at my settings because something is going on. Okay, so anyway. So God wants to take that from you. He wants to heal you. He wants to hide you. He wants to shield you from all these things that are happening. But that brokenness that you're holding on to, that hurt that you're holding on to, because sometimes, we like feeling like that. And I've been guilty of it too, where it's kind of like a woe me. It's kind of like an attention thing. People are always asking, oh, what's wrong? Oh, are you okay? And as human beings, sometimes, it's like good to know that somebody cares, but God cares. God wants to take that from you so you don't have that feeling, because He wants you to walk with your head up high. He wants you to walk and be happy and be able to minister to somebody else. Nobody says you got to be behind the pulpit to minister or anything like that, or give somebody a word of encouragement. That's ministering, but you can't minister to someone else or when you're broken. All right, Verizon. Now I'm sitting right outside the building and not in the traffic, and I get a bit of signal in the traffic. Let me find out. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh, so basically, God wants you to release your brokenness. Cast it upon Him. Give it to God. Leave it there. Don't pick it back up. We make that mistake and we pick it back up. And once we pick that back up, we're broken all over again. We're feeling the hurt all over again. But you give it to God and let God process it, so your mind doesn't have to wonder about what's going on. And you'll feel the release. You will know when God has taken it and healed you from it. So once you give it to Him, you're His sheep. You know His voice. So take the steps that God has given you to get through this and to leave it with Him. Take those steps. Take heed to what He's saying. Try to be tuned in. Don't think that you can do it on your own, because we can't do this. Sometimes this world is just so crazy and we've gone through so many things. It's just hard to process everything by yourself. And some things you just need God to get you through it. It just is what it is. Because I've been through hard times, like I've said, I believe in my last video, where it was hurting me so bad to physically, my body was hurting. I'm like, God, take this away. So He don't want you broken, but you got to release it. He wants to send you a blessing. He wants to give you that blessing. He wants to take that from you so that you can be a happy, healthy. I'm so sorry, lovelies. This is crazy. I may have the Wi-Fi set and it just trying to connect while I'm sitting outside the building. Maybe I should do this in traffic. But anyway, I want you guys to have a blessed one. And remember to release, give it to God and allow him to heal you. Start the healing process. It starts with you when you're in your brokenness. You have to give it to God. Release it. You guys have a lovely day. God bless you all. Don't forget to speak out.